Amsterdam calling, so pick up!
Hi, my name is Vicki and I am one of the food experts that Amsterdam Calling gets in from time to time when there's food or restaurants going on in one of their episodes. You might know me better as the Amsterdam Foodie. Now, when I'm not eating in restaurants, I'm generally to be found cooking somewhere. And anybody who's spent any time in Holland, especially in Dutch offices, will know that when Dutch lunchtime rolls around at 12 o'clock, everyone gets out their cheese sandwiches. And that's lunch, period. Now, that wasn't quite enough for me. I was looking for something a bit more creative from my lunchtimes here in Holland, so I decided to do something about it. I wrote a book. Now, I originally wrote Vicki Hamptons Working Lunch specifically for people in offices, looking for recipes that were easy, relatively healthy, and of course delicious, that they could make with very little equipment. But I subsequently discovered that whether you're working from home or on your travels, these recipes are equally useful. After all, if you're staying in an Airbnb apartment in Portugal with very little equipment, then it's as useful as if you're in an office in Amsterdam. So today I'm going to show you one of the recipes from the book. It's called Couscous Kedgeree, and it only uses a few ingredients that you can see here, plus a chopping board, a knife, and a kettle that's behind me. Now, kedgeree is one of those Anglo-Indian inventions from colonial times that's usually eaten for brunch, and it's a rice dish. But today we're going to make it with couscous because it's a lot easier to cook without much equipment. So the first step is to make the couscous. And in order to do that, we're just going to make some stock. You can use a chicken stock cube like I have here, or a vegetable stock cube. And I'm going to cut off about a third of it and dissolve it in some boiling water. So most offices or apartments have a kettle, so I've just boiled up some water and we're going to pop that in there to make the stock. Give it a good stir. And now we're just going to pour that stock over the couscous, and ideally you want it to be 2 millimeters above the level of the couscous, and then we'll simply cover it and let it sit for 5 minutes. The next step is simply to defrost some frozen peas. So to do that, we're just going to pour boiling water on from the kettle, leave them for a couple of minutes, and then drain them. Chop up a tomato and a spring onion, also known as scallions in American. So these are all chopped up. As you can see, my chopping skills leave a little to be desired. And the next step is to fluff the couscous. So we're just going to grab a fork and rake it through until the couscous gets nice and fluffy. At this point, we're going to start assembling the dish. So we'll pour some of that fluffy couscous into this bowl. We'll add our defrosted and drained peas and the tomatoes and onions that we cut earlier. Here's some lemon juice, which we're just going to squeeze over the top here. And next, for that Anglo-Indian element that I mentioned, there's the curry powder going in. It's time to get your hands dirty and mix everything together. The next vital ingredient is smoked mackerel. As you can see here, we've got a nice fillet. We're just going to skin it. It's being a little bit temperamental. And then we're going to flake the fish over the top of the dish. We're just flaking the mackerel over the top of the dish. The last but final step is optional. It is the addition of a hard-boiled egg. Now, I have heard that it's possible to boil an egg in a kettle, so if you're brave enough to do that, please do go ahead. Otherwise, possibly something to do at home on the stove. And the finishing touch, a twist of freshly ground black pepper. Let's grab a fork. Now that is not bad for 5 minutes work. So if you're working in an office or at home, or you're on your travels, basically anywhere with very little equipment, these recipes can be made wherever you are. So Vicki Hamptons Working Lunch is available to buy online from the Amsterdam Foodie website and other online stores. This beautiful hardback version costs €14.99, or if you're on the go, there's an ebook version for $4.99. So be sure to check out the description below for all the links. And finally, just wanted to say a quick thank you to Amsterdam Calling for having me on the show today. Of course, if you're looking for more videos about Amsterdam and travel in the Netherlands, don't forget to like and subscribe to their YouTube channel.